Welcome to your daily focus for August the 7th, 2017. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now we have the lunar eclipse, 15 degrees in Aquarius. So Aquarius, that's groups and friends and social causes, social groups, humanitarian ideals. It could be on global awareness. It could be our ideas. It could be inventions that spring forth. So it's the unique characteristics of our dreams, of our passions that may come to light, that we may find a way that we can act upon it. Now, full moons are times of closure, endings, healing. It's a time of completion. If you set goals, the last new moon, small goals, you should be reaping the rewards of those new seeds that you planted, or hit that stage if you have been working with determination, if you've been working consistently, keeping it at a high vibration, keeping your focus on it, to take it to the next level, to plant the new seeds. And soon we'll be planting the new seeds with our solar eclipse on the 21st, I believe that is. And that's in Leo. So 2 new moons in Leo back to back, and one of them is an eclipse. So talk about empowerment. Talk about making those confident, strong, determined goals and dreams for yourself, to set those in motion. It's at 29 degrees, I think, the new moon, the solar eclipse, 29 degrees. So, 29 degrees is a very important point when you talk to an astrologer. It's a critical degree. It's high energy. Well, let's see what the cards say for us, shall we? And what else? Okay, so it's August the 7th, 2017, which is 16. The 16 is the Tower card in the tarot. Things can change. Chaos can come in. Things that we did not want to move away from were pushed in that direction, so that we can be free of some current limitations, so that we can actually step into new paths. So it's all about healing. Oh, so we may feel this inner tension, or we may feel the tension around us, or unsettling, or an irritation. So don't try and avoid that, but rather look at it and understand it. What triggers you to act a certain way, do a certain thing. Step forward or take a giant step backwards when you should have been doing the opposite. And understand what those things are, because you can see where there's a different approach that you can do, that you can master with persistence. So the Tower card, that's really the walls come tumbling down, and we're stuck with our foundation and building anew. So it with a lunar eclipse, I would have to say it's almost like an awakening that can happen within you, can be triggered within you. And you see the world with a whole new set of eyes for the very first time. I don't know how these cards are turning upside. I think that's upside down, actually. The Emperor. Let's find out. Our first card is the Emperor, and the Emperor is upside down. 4 of Swords. Wow, we've been told that time and time and time again. So, the King of Wands sits right in the middle. This is your optimism. This is your fire. This is your strength of your thoughts, your creative ideas, your unique perceptions. Seven of Coins, what are you cultivating? That's our card of the year, or I dubbed it our card of the year. And look at this, the Three of Cups. So wow, is this ever telling a story? Okay, hang on, let's just sit back. So we have the Emperor upside down. So we want to race into things. We are feeling like we don't have control over anything. We feel irritated. We feel tension. We feel irritation. We feel restlessness. We're not sure of the decision to make. There's things that are now being revealed to us that we never thought of before. And we've got to factor that into the whole equation of everything. This is asking us, and especially right next to the Four of Swords here, this is asking us to, whoa, back it right up. You know, there has been so much energy focused at us, and I keep wanting, you know, I'm hoping that when I turn over the cards, it's, you know, get your engines started. Gentlemen, start your engines. And it's not that energy each and every time. It's pull back. It's rethink it. So I would have to say the new moon symbolizes the seeds we're going to plant, and it's an eclipse. So it's going to be life altering. It's going to be life changing. We have to really weigh out the pros and cons of things. We have to listen to our intuition. We have to be truthful with ourselves of what makes us happy, of the goals that we are setting for ourselves. Especially with the Emperor upside down, we have to be very careful that we are not just trying to feed our ego. That could be in a relationship setting. That could be a friendship. That could be a partnership. That could be in the workplace, in the community. It could be with ourselves. We can lie to ourselves. We can justify ourselves, justify anything to ourselves of why we did a certain thing, why we said a certain thing. We can justify it away. And we have to be very careful of doing that right now, because it's probably going to be the Tower card for us. It's going to be the chaos. It's going to be the breaking down of walls, and we're left with the foundation again. So we want to build upon that foundation. And the Emperor is our builder, but he's upside down here, which is telling us to really back it up. Listen to our intuition. If our intuition is telling us yes, chances are we need to research that. We need to investigate that. But if our intuition is saying no, you ever get that feeling in the pit of your gut, it's just like, this is just not a good idea, and you went ahead and did it and it wasn't a good idea, you have to listen to your gut. You have to listen to your intuition. And if it says it's wrong, chances are it is wrong. With the Four of Swords, now the Four of Swords is saying, you know, you are the warrior, you are the soldier, you are coming off that battlefield now. You are off that battlefield for the most part. And you have taken off your armor, you've hung up your weapons, and you are laying down to rest, to recharge, to restore, to heal. That is the full moon. The full moon is all about closure and endings and healing and allowing it to happen, giving yourself time for that. Now also, when you were a warrior, you were sleeping in not the best of conditions. You were probably sleeping with one eye open. You were constantly looking over your shoulder. There was always tension or chaos happening around you. And now you find yourself in a very serene, peaceful environment with an ordinary path to go forward in. When I say ordinary, it means there's not a bunch of chaos and upheavals happening in your life. So we're planning our future without the chaos that we've had to walk through. This has been a very trying time for, if you look all through history. All through history, there's peak points, and we have lived through a peak point here. Yeah, but we won't even go there because that's a couple hours, couple of day video if we wanted to really sit down and really contemplate how far we've come, how fast we've come, how fast knowledge is moving, how fast time seems to be moving. But this card is asking us to slow it down, to pray, to meditate, to reflect, to make the plans that we are going to be executing, to understand, we'll get to it, what brings in balance, what new beginnings we want in our lives. King of Wands is right in the middle, and it's asking us to use our imagination, to use our thought processes, to use our intuition, to be truthful to ourselves about what we want and start growing that dream big and beautiful and tangible. That we really need to think things through, that we are going to be asked to make some decisions, and if we don't make it and it's really for our better good, the decision will be made for us. So ignoring the decision is making a decision. Making a decision just to get it off your plate may not be the right decision. You might find yourself once again in that tower energy where your walls are being stripped down and you're back to the foundation again. What are you cultivating? The Seven of Coins asks you, what are you cultivating? Where is your focus? What do you want your harvest to look like? Are you taking care of it? You know, if you put a plant in the ground or a seed in the ground, and then you come back 6 months later and you go, huh, nothing here. Well, yeah, you weren't weeding it, you weren't aerating the soil, you weren't hoeing it, you weren't watering it. The birds came and ate the seeds, or the little bunny rabbit came up and ate the plant, or the bugs infested it, because you weren't there keeping your focus on it. So where are you determined to keep your focus? Where are you determined to go forward? Where is your focus and where does it need to be? Is it on somebody else's dramas? Somebody else's chaos? Or is it on your future forward of the person that you want to step up to be in life? Three of Cups. Now remember that 15 degrees is the Devil card. The Devil card. Yes, it is. So we have the Tower energy in here and we have the Devil energy in here. You want to know the best way to beat the devil is through laughter, through happiness, through joy, through celebration. So when you hit a brick wall, when you stumble on your path, you don't throw in the towel, but you find how to laugh at yourself, or you learn, you try and look at the good part of the story, the funny part of the story. You know, it's like when you're telling a story and you say, well, if we don't laugh about it, we're going to start crying. So you want good things to start happening to you. Start raising your vibration. Start raising the moments of happiness that you can find. And you can find happiness in the smallest of things. A wildflower growing through the cracks in a sidewalk can make you smile. A puppy sitting there waiting for a belly rub could bring a smile. Spending time with a loved one, a good friend, can bring in happiness and joy, peace and contentment. This is asking us to raise our vibration. This is asking us to look at finding the happiness in the situation, the positive in the situation, the joy in the situation, or creating the situation. We've got the three here, and I keep going to the new moon, which is, this isn't a video on the new moon, but it keeps calling to me that we are in preparation for this new moon, and so we have to be making decisions. We have to be allowing closure in our life. We have to be understanding where our focus is, and does it bring in value into our life? Where does our focus need to be? Where does our attention need to be? It could be travel brochures. I mean, there's a good way of raising your vibration. You know, rest, recuperation. Stop trying to push against the wall. It's not time yet, I know. Don't want to jump into anything. But I think we're going to feel a tension or a restlessness, like we've run out of time, or it just isn't for me. I'm too old, I'm too short, I'm too fat. I don't have the right qualifications. Then get the right qualifications. Pick up an education brochure, research some courses online, try and fit it into your schedule in some way. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's seeing new or having new experiences with culture and textures and scenery. Three of Cups is having the joy. Now, Australia, I think, is the only one that is going to be the only people on the planet that are going to be experiencing this full moon on the 8th instead of the 7th. Okay, but that's cool because when you add up the numerology for that day, it's the star card. And the star card is ruled by Aquarius. And the star card is understanding the things that will make the plan successful. Understanding how to make the impossible possible. Yeah, you still have that devil energy in there, but the tower is not in there for you. Create your happiness, create your joy. Now, I came across a deck of cards, and I just took them out of the box, and we're going to shuffle it. And there's a little book here, and it looks like it goes by through the tarot. So it's Colette Baron Reed, and it's the Good Tarot. My cards are a little on the oversized, but beautiful deck. Beautiful artwork. And she writes a little something, even though it goes with the tarot. We're gonna pull a couple of cards out of this deck. Let's see what happens. This we get the World card. There's the 21 again. Well, the World card is that, you know, that's a beautiful full moon energy card because it tells us that we've come full circle. That it's time to step onto the elevated path. It's time to prepare. But with everything, there is no beginning and no end line. It blends. So we have to look at completing, getting things off of our plate, finishing, tying up loose ends. You don't want to take old baggage, old energy, extra responsibilities or duties or obligations with you into your new path. You want to feel that vitality. You want to feel that freedom. So let's see what she does, what she puts in here for 21 the World. Because I was just looking, it's very brief. And it's kind of like affirmations. I'm being called to shift my perspective on my life now. I'm being called to shift my perspective on my life now. When I remember I am first and foremost an immortal soul, experience life as a human being, I have no fear. I can see clearly that I am a powerful co-creator in a divine partnership with Spirit. Aligning myself with Spirit, remaining unattached to the outcomes, I'm a conduit for miracles. There you have it. I guess I should have been holding that card up for you. So, you're being asked to shift your perspective. You need to understand that the miracles really dwell already inside of you, and you just need to release the miracles. To let go of your control, especially where you really don't have any control. That the path's already been prepared for you. And, you know, remember that you are first and foremost an immortal soul. We are, you know, actually, spirituality is really something, once you accept it truly, you understand that it's the human part of all of this that makes it so hard. Spirituality is already inside of you. You already have that connection. You may need to awaken that part of yourself again, or trust in that part of yourself again. But it's not something that you can or can't do. You can. Let's check another card here. The Three of Air. Isn't that beautiful card? The Three of Air. So the air is all about, of course, the mind, our thoughts. Silver linings, natural departures, rejection is God's protection. A third party helps me to see the truth of the situation. What is truly mine can never be withheld from me. Rejection is spirit's protection. It's in my best interest to let go and fall and allow for something better to take its place. It is my highest good to see the truth regardless of my temporary discomfort. This too shall pass. So rejection is spirit's protection. Sometimes we hold on to things even after we know it's not good for us anymore. Even though we know it's a bad environment or a bad situation, and yet we hold on to it. We try to keep it alive somehow. This is relationships, this is friendships, this is old job paths, this is old education paths, this is old travel maybe. This is old ways of taking care of yourself and realizing once and for all that you have to do this because you want to be healthy, you want to see your great-great-great-grandchildren and walk down the beach with them and have corn on the cob because, you know, you do need all your teeth for that. How about it? You know? Let's get another card here. I haven't really, I cleansed them and I shuffled them through, but I'm not trusting it yet. But they're broken up as much as they need to be. And look at this, we have the Sun, 19. So very strong cards, right? We have the World and now we have the Sun card. The Sun card says abundance. So didn't we do that as well? We had the World card saying, you know, breathe, take it back, relax, you've come full circle. To the Three of Air card, which is looking at things in a new perspective, a new way of doing, a new way of being, a new way of becoming, letting go of what no longer serves us or brings value into our life. And then we have the Sun, the abundance, the happiness, the peace of mind. At this time, everything is possible and everything I need to know is illuminated. Projects come to fruition, relationships flourish, and my growth is assured. This is a time of plenty. It is important that I share this abundance with others. I am deeply grateful. You know what? I'm going to read that again for anybody who might want to jot that down and say it each morning. Because this is a beautiful affirmation you can say every day. At this time, everything is possible and everything I need to know is illuminated. Projects come to fruition, relationships flourish, and my growth is assured. This is a time of plenty. It's important that I share this abundance with others. I am deeply grateful. It's a beautiful affirmation. So everything is possible. It's about you. It's about your happiness. It's about your well-being. It's not about anybody else's right now. You are first and foremost. You are the important one. If you make a decision only to please others and it doesn't make you feel balanced, you feel happy. I mean, really, that's the devil there, playing in on, you know, making the wrong choices for the wrong reasons. Anybody you love, anybody that you come in contact with, is only going to grow stronger by your inner strength, by your empowerment, by your love and your compassion. And you can't possibly have those things if you are making decisions to make other people happy rather than yourself. By bending your values or your time, giving away your time or your energy or your resources for things that don't bring value into your life. It's really a time about you. And so we are looking at endings right now. We are looking at healing right now. We are looking at closure right now. Because we do not want to take that, definitely do not want to take that energy into the solar eclipse. And you know, I think that Regulus, it's a fixed star, is also going to be, where that card come from, it's also going to align with that new moon, and that means 6 months of anticipation, 6 months of excitement. So get rid of, this is the time to get rid of, to put a completion plan in place, to take it off the priority list, to move away from that energy so that you are ready to go forward with an excitement, with a laughter, with a joy. Well, it just wouldn't be a reading without our higher intuition cards. So the world and the sun come out with the three of air in the middle. What beautiful cards. But I like how she has this little affirmation kind of written with each card. So you can, you know, if you had this deck, then you could just draw a card, a personal card for yourself each day and read the affirmation and use that as your affirmation as you go upon your way for that day. Oh, there's the butterflies. But they didn't fall out. They just winked at me as I was shuffling there. We do have Design Your Space by the squirrel, though. And it's very important. Wrong book. It's very important to, you know, make sure that you are clutter-free around you. You know, cluttered desk is a cluttered mind. You know, clean out that closet, clean the garage. I mean, that's completions, that's endings, right? Making it simpler, making it more of a reflection of your inner you. So maybe it's a little bit about looking at what to redecorate or to redecorate in our lives, redecorate our routines, get out of those ruts, and take new ways to work, meet up with new groups of people, put yourself in new environments. You may have to break something up to make way for something new, and that's the Tower energy. Squirrel wants you to get going on that home improvement project that you've always been putting off. And if it isn't a remodel, it could simply be that you need to work on rearranging your home, possibly your office, in a manner that is less chaotic and cluttered and more aligned with peace, balance, harmony. You may need to check out a book on a topic. You may need help assisting finding the right flow for your space. Squirrel is adding a red Christmas ornament. I'm not holding this card up either. Squirrel is adding a red Christmas ornament to adorn her home. The color red is often used to express passion, love, but sometimes also anger and jealousy. Make certain the colors you use within your area bring a positive energy and you don't accidentally add something that you would invoke negativity. By properly personalizing your space, you bring a warmth of higher energy into your area. So, you know, that's why the businessman wears that red tie, for a hint of red, to feel strong, to feel empowered. And when others look at them, subconsciously, they see that empowerment. They see that strength, even if it's not really there, because of that little bit of red. And too much red can bring in negative energy, so we really want to. Red is a powerful color. Black is also a powerful color. If you're, I mean, that's why we have black at funerals. It keeps us, you know, in that state of depression. We don't want color in our life. Color will make us smile. We don't want to smile. We want to cry. We want to mourn. We want to, and all we see is the sadness. All we see is the blackness. White for weddings and births. New. Yellow for the sun, the empowerment. Green for the growth and the love and the compassion. Orange for a little bit of courage too, believe it or not. Stay away from the black, stay away from the brown, stay away from the grays. Add a little color in your life. Some people say, well, I have to wear black, it's my uniform. Well, maybe your undies will have to just be a different color then, or your socks perhaps. Maybe you can get away with your socks being a different color. Nobody needs to know. You need to know. You need to feel that empowerment. I love watching people, and people, you know, you'll see a family and they're all wearing pretty well the same shade of blue or green, and you wonder if mom went and picked out the clothes for everybody for that day, and that's the way mom was feeling. Or if that was the energy of the home, and everybody just decided that's the color. Design your space. Understand how to simplify. Take away the chaos, take away the clutter. And I think this would, yeah, it could be a room, or it could be, you know, getting rid of the clutter of the, in the office, or at your workspace at work, or in the garage, or, but I think it's more of an internal. Design your space. Understanding what truly brings in value in your life, where you want to go. What makes you happy, what brings in joy, what brings in celebration. This is a strong energy. We will be feeling it for a while. It's something that we can work with for a while. So don't be too fast to make that final decision, but know that that decision needs to be made. Know that the path you are choosing is probably going to be something new and different, something that you're not experiencing at this moment in time. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.